Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sharmila from Sage University Bhopal. Today I will discuss on the crystal defects. So we all know about crystal packing. There are two types of atom packing in a crystal. The three-dimensional structure of a solid crystalline material is established through the periodic patterning of the atoms that make up the crystal. The most efficient conformation of atomic spheres within a unit cell is known as the closest packing formation. In a three-dimensional representation of this hypothetical unit cell with the spheres packed as efficiently as possible, there are two methods to densely pack the cell. So these are the example of close packing system. Square array of circles, and this is close packed array of circles. So in this case, what is happening on layer A, place one sphere over every other hollow in layer A. Okay, so in these holes, we are putting the next layer, and then in between these holes, after the second layer, we are putting the third layer. So layer A is red sphere, layer B is gray sphere, layer C is the blue sphere. This is cubic close packing. Okay, so this is CCP, that is cubic close packed. Another what type of thing can happen is layer A and layer B. Then layer B contains two different types of hollows. And by placing spheres in one or other of these different hollows, two new layers of spheres can be produced. Okay, so layer A, here red sphere, then gray sphere, then again comes layer A, that is red sphere. So in this case, this is HCP, that is hexagonal closed packing. Okay, so first two, if these two are repeating continuously, then we get HCP. If these three are repeating continuously, we get cubic close pack, that is CCP. So in ionic crystals, ions pack themselves so as to maximize the attractions and minimize repulsions between the ions. A more efficient packing improves these interactions. Placing a sphere in the crevice or depression between two others gives improved packing efficiency. Okay, so in case of hexagonal close packing, we say it is pattern is AB, 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 and in case of cubic close packing, we say it is ABC, ABC. In the first method, each successive layer of spheres cover gaps in the previous layer. Three neighboring spheres in the first layer will form a hollow space where they meet. Spheres in one layer align to fit in the hollows formed in the previous layer. The third layer aligns directly above the first layer because the third layer is aligned the same way as the first. This configuration is referred to as ABA and results in the hexagonal close packing, that is HCP. Alternatively, the gaps in the first layer are covered by the second layer, but the third layer is offset relative to the intersphere gaps of the first layer. The third layer of spheres does not align with the first layer. This configuration is referred to as ABC and results in cubic close packing, that is CCP. How many atoms in the unit cell of the following? In case of primitive, body-centered, face-centered, and all face-centered. Okay, so if we see this there are 8 corners and 1/8 atom at 8 corners. So that is primitive cell, and the fraction in unit cell will be 1. In the body-centered cube, 1/8 atoms at 8 corners plus 1 atom at center. So in case of body center, it will be 2. In case of in the face centered cubic, there will be half atoms at 6 faces, so 3, plus 1/8 atom at 8 corners. So 3 plus 1 will be 4. So these are the total number of atoms we will get in the primitive cubic cell, body-centered cubic cell, and face-centered cubic cell. Okay, so as we have discussed, in face-centered there will be 4. So if we have to calculate, we will be able to calculate by this way how many atoms per unit cell will be there for primitive cubic, body-centered cubic, and edge-centered cubic structures. The importance of packing is the arrangement of the atoms in a crystalline solid affects atomic coordination numbers, interatomic distances, and the types of and strengths of bonding that occur within the solid. An understanding of atomic packing in a unit cell and crystal lattice can give insight to the physical, chemical, electrical, and mechanical properties of a given crystalline material. Now, so far we learned about the crystal packing. Now, while packing, there arise some crystal defects also. So, crystal defect is the imperfection in the regular geometrical arrangement of the atoms in a crystalline solid. These imperfections result from deformation of the solid, rapid cooling from high temperature or high energy radiation, striking the solid. Located at single points along lines or on whole surfaces in the solid, these defects influence its mechanical, electrical, as well as optical behavior. Lattice defects can be sorted mainly into 3 types. First one is point defects, which are vacancies, interstitial defects, and substitution defects. Second one is line defect, which is skew dislocation or edge dislocation. Third one is surface or planar defects, which is material surface or grain boundaries. Volume defect is also possible in some cases. So there are point defects, line defect, surface defect, and volume defect. Why defects are important? There are a lot of properties that are controlled or affected by these defects. Examples are electric and thermal conductivity in metals, electronic conductivity in semiconductors, diffusion, ionic conductivity, plastic deformation in crystalline materials, colors, mechanical strength. Now, point defects. What are point defects? Self-interstitial, that is, a self-interstitial is an atom from the crystal that is crowded into an interstitial site, a small void space that under ordinary circumstances is not occupied. The formation of this defect is not highly probable and it exists in very small concentration. So this is self-interstitial. Like here it is this. So this atom should not stay here, but it has inserted itself in between this gap. Okay, so it has become crowded now. Next one is vacancy. What is vacancy? It is produced when an atom is missing from a normal site. See, ideally here should have been an atom, but that is missing. So that is known as the kind of defect is known as vacancy. What is impurity? Also can be of two types: interstitial impurity and substitutional impurity. When there is additional impurity of a smaller size fits in the hole or gap in the crystal system, that is known as interstitial impurity. What is substitutional impurity? When an impurity, that is another atom, it substitutes an original atom of the crystal systems and replace that atoms by itself. So that is known as substitutional impurity and defect. So impurities in solid, a pure metal consisting of only one type of atom is not possible. Impurity of foreign atoms will always be present, and some will exist as crystalline point defects. The addition of impurity atoms to a metal will result in the formation of a solid solution. You see here in brass, along with copper, there are zinc. In case of carbon steel, in the iron atom, in between the iron atoms, few carbon atoms are there. Okay. In case of brass, this is substitutional alloy. That is, one atom is replaced by a different type of atom. In case of carbon steel, it is an interstitial alloy. That is, extra atom is inserted into the lattice surface at a normally unoccupied position. Okay, so in this picture, this is the example of substitutional impurity. This is the example of interstitial impurity. What is Fractal defect? When an ion jumps from a normal lattice point to an interstitial site, leaving behind a vacancy. Okay, so in this case, we can see that sodium, it is leaving its original position and it is fitting itself in between the interstitial position. So a vacancy is created. Okay, in this case. So this one is known as Fractal defect. Here we can see that this one, only one atom in NaCl, only Na plus, it is leaving its position and going to somewhere else. So this is known as Fractal defect. What is Schottky defect? Pair of vacancies in ionically bonded material. So in ionic bonding, that is NaCl, when both anion and cation are missing from the lattice to maintain the crystal neutral. Okay, so here these are missing from the lattice. You see, here it was not missing, it is just replaced itself from one place to one normal site to another site. But in case of Schottky defects, there are vacancy. But vacancy cannot be created by only one ion, because then it will be ionic. To maintain the crystal neutral, so both the ions, cations and anions, both are missing from the crystal. So that is known as Schottky defect. So these are the point defects in summary. These are vacancy, this is interstitial impurity, this is self interstitial, this is substitutional impurity, and this one is Fractal defect. Okay, so those are the point defects. Coming to the line defects, that is dislocation. Line defects or dislocations are lines along which whole rows of atoms in a solid are arranged anomalously. You see the whole line, it is not only one or two atoms or ions. The resulting irregularity in spacing is most severe along a line and called the line of dislocation. So this is the dislocation line. And line defects can weaken or strengthen the solid. Okay, sometimes it weakens the solid, sometimes it strengthens the solid. These also can be of two types. First one is edge dislocation and second one is screw dislocation. When the one edge of the crystal system is dislocated along a line, so that is known as edge dislocation. When it happens in between from anywhere of the crystal system, then it is known as screw dislocation. So that was all about the defects in the crystal system, point defects and line defects. Now, I hope you have understood the defects of the crystal systems. Thank you.